Hey, it's Doug Cunnington here. It is July 4th and I'm sitting in a field, which you should be able to see some cool mountains behind me. Those are the Bridgers. So I hope you could hear me. If you're just tuning in, thanks. Which anyone watching should be just tuning in because I literally just started here. So I'm out. It's July 4th and I wasn't sure if I was going to do a, is that a bug on my head? It is. I wasn't sure if I was going to do a live stream today, but it works out that just like I mentioned yesterday, I played tennis with my wife. People are still playing. I'm a beginner. Hey David, what's up? Thanks for joining. I'm glad you could hear me. And it's surprisingly not windy out here, so people are playing tennis, and I'm taking a break. Actually, sadly, I just pulled a muscle in my back. And it hurts a little bit, so I decided to take a break. And one thing I could do just to, once they're doing something exciting, I'll turn it around and show you what's going on. But if you're just joining, let me know where you're from. I know David, you're in Israel. Thanks for attending. And I can turn the camera around, and you can see how much better they are. I'm just impressed that we could live stream from our phones so well. I mean, I don't know why I should be. There's Periscope and oh yeah, David says you've used that excuse before about the pulled muscle. Yeah, I mean, I usually run a decent amount, so usually my cardio's fine. I can go out there, bounce around, but I guess I twisted around. Hey, Dark Warrior from Serbia. And anyway, I thought it'd be cool because normally I'm in my room, my office, and you can't see the mountains, but this is the view I get out my window, basically. It's the Bridger Mountains. And I haven't not done this yet, but there's a hike that's not too far where I could hike up on the foot of this mountain there. And I'm pretty sure I get LTE connection up there. I mean, it's not that far outside of town. And basically, I was like, I could do a live stream up there because you could see mountains. We're basically surrounded by mountains around here. So if you're up that high, which is it's maybe it's a few hundred feet, maybe 800 feet up to the particular hike. It's like a mile and a half. So one day I'll probably do a live stream up there, especially after testing it here. So it seems to work really well. And David says, it's stunning, but you like the beach. Yeah, the beach is pretty nice. So David, are you on the beach, proper right there? And I didn't have a huge amount to talk about today, but overall today is a holiday. My wife's off work. All these people over here are off work. So basically it's an easy day. I think we're gonna go to the movies later. And the 4th of July is a day where there's a lot of fireworks and stuff. So the bad thing, it's kind of fun to watch the fireworks, but the bad thing is in this state, Montana, they have pretty relaxed fireworks laws. So you can get big, very large fireworks that go into the air and explode. Anyone can go buy them, and people are shooting them off all around our house. So it's insanely loud, and we're up pretty far north. So the thing is, it doesn't get dark until I don't know, 10:30. So they don't shoot the fireworks off until 10:30. That's about an hour later than they do back where I'm from, Atlanta, because it's further south. So basically they're shooting off these super loud fireworks at midnight, 1 in the morning, and it's like a war zone or something like that. Super loud, super loud. So I see some people are signing on, some other folks. Thanks for joining. Oh, and David says he's 50 meters from the beach, which is awesome. Mark, what's up? And David, you mentioned you're originally from California, so you do miss the fireworks. Thanks, appreciate it. Tahana, thanks. Tihana, thank you. Appreciate it. Yeah, so basically just chilling out today, and it's going to be warm today. I think it's supposed to be in the, I think it's supposed to be like 90-ish, which is pretty warm for here. We don't get like that many days when it's hot, but the sun's like super intense around here. Low humidity, so it's not as bad as the south. And for the people just joining in, I can share the much better view around there. There, yeah, so it's nice. There's mountains. We're at the high school, so. So any questions today? Like I said, I wasn't even sure if we were gonna do anything as far as the live stream, but for everyone just joining, I did pull a muscle in my back is my excuse for hopping off the tennis court there. Hey, Sarah Woot, what's up? It's late there, isn't it? It's like midnight, something like that. Yeah, so anyway, these days I'm just taking it easy. Or this particular day. I did look at a lot of notes for the course launch coming up, and I definitely need to, I'm adding like about three to four new units, like new content, brand new content, of which I still have to like write and draft all that stuff. But that is a lot of work, but I have, a few days to take care of that. So, and David asks, what's my favorite part of what is my favorite part of the day off? Let me think about that. I think I'm gonna be able to have like brunch or lunch with my wife, depending on when we get out of here. But usually she's at the office, and so that'll be nice. We'll probably go to a restaurant we haven't been to before, which is cool because a lot of times we just kind of go to the same places, but we're on a slightly different neighborhood in town, so we're like really close to downtown. So we'll check out a cool place. And then we're gonna go to the movies. We probably don't go to the movies more than once or twice a year, because you could watch so much at home, like on Netflix or HBO Go, so we hardly watch anything out. And David mentions checking my stats. No, luckily I'm doing pretty good. I've turned the notifications off on my phone for email, so I only see emails when I am going to look intentionally, which actually I'll ask everyone who gets like push notifications on their phone for email, particularly if it's not work related. Just curious about that, and maybe that's a good challenge for. We don't have as many people on today. It's like 7 of you, is what my phone is telling me, but it'd be really interesting for everyone to like turn off their notifications, assuming it's not work related, or even if it's work related, maybe you can get away with it. But man, when you turn those off, and I turned off Facebook notifications, like most notifications I turn off, so it's basically only stuff that I pull and I'm looking for that information. So yeah, I'm not checking my stats too much. The other questions coming in. So Dark Warrior says, what do you think about Market Health Affiliate Program? I don't know much about those. I have no firsthand experience. So I don't know. I'm not sure. I'm not sure about that. And what movie am I going to see? I think we're going to see Wonder Woman. Since we don't go to the movies often, we usually see movies that are like kind of old. So I think that's been out for a few weeks, but just about any movie is one we haven't seen. So okay, and then David mentions on the notifications, about notifications, you get the notifications, but you feel like you should take them off. You probably, yeah, I mean, I guess there's some bit of like satisfaction to get those notifications, but once I took them off, I realized I was getting stressed out more from getting those notifications than actually like benefiting from them. So yeah, and Beth, thanks for asking. It is supposed to be good. Wonder Woman Gal Gadot made in Israel. That's funny. And Tahana says that you should take them off. You would be more productive or more relaxing. Yeah, and you know what? Just try it for like, I don't know, 3 days or so. Because what will also happen is like, you'll turn them off and then you'll still check more often. So what I did on I have an iPhone, but I'm sure all phones are pretty much the same. On my home screen, I took off like things that distracted me. So I moved like all my social media to like the second screen. So it takes me like 2 more swipes or actions. This is a tiny little hack. It takes me like 2 swipes, a little extra to get to say Facebook and Instagram, a couple other things like that. So funny enough, it took me a while to like break the habit, but when I like reacted, say I'm standing in line for something, when I pulled out my phone and I was gonna go like flip through my news feed, it wasn't there. So it like broke the habit. Just that little pattern interrupt like totally broke me of the habit. So, and now I don't check as often and it feels good. So, all right. And Dark Warrior, you mentioned something about if you have like follow-up questions, something more specific, I may be able to answer, but I will mention like other affiliate programs. So I do primarily like Amazon affiliate stuff. There's like many, many, many other affiliate programs out there, of course, and you can get a much higher commission, but the problem is it doesn't convert it as well. So like you may get a 50 or 70% conversion rate, commission rate, but the conversions are more, like much more difficult to get. So basically you could make more per transaction, but there's way fewer transactions. So for me, I mean, I just like the Amazon affiliate. I mean, almost any blog can monetize that way. And then Dark Warrior asks, Batman, Superman, or Iron Man? Who's my favorite superhero? And Dark Warrior says it's Iron Man for him. You know what? I'm actually not big on superheroes, but I think, I don't know, I think I'm kind of partial to Iron Man, at least the most recent movies. I kind of like those, but I don't watch that many superhero things. Good question though, Dark. Thank you for asking. And the units that I'm adding to 5-Figure Niche Site, so there's a few. Number 1 is email marketing for niche sites. Number 2 is non-Amazon affiliate program. So it's like beyond Amazon Associates. And the reason why I added that one in, I kind of got the idea. Let's see what it's like. I can't get too much in the sun, but my head will get sunburned, you know. It's very delicate. The funny thing is with the commission rate structure changing for Amazon in March of this year, 2017, it like sort of brought to my attention, because so many people reacted poorly, that hey, there's a lot of other programs that are doing well. I've had some success. I have one site that you know, I don't talk about it much, but it makes like $100 a month or so from non-Amazon affiliate programs, and you know, that's not bad. I mean, most people would be happy to have that. So those are 2, and then there's going to be one more. I don't mention anything about selling sites, but I sold a big site a few weeks ago, so it'll probably be something like selling a niche site for over 6 figures, something like that, something catchy, you know. And the cool part, right, so I guess in a lot of ways I have some sort of inferiority complex or something, because there's a lot of big marketers out there, and there's a lot of marketers who sell like Amazon courses much like mine. And you know, I'm sure everyone sort of feels the same, like some sort of imposter syndrome or something like that. But I'm sort of like, you know, like what can I say that's unique? Of course, I could say a lot that's unique. The thing that I have done is we sold the site, like Rob and I sold the site for like 200K. There's not that many people that have done that. So I thought, hey, I should put that in the course because I could write it firsthand, and I documented it like meticulously. There's a lot of stuff. I shared a lot in the so far 11-part series of Project Go White Hat, but there's like a lot more detail that I could share. Although I'm not 100% all the detail that I will share, but I can go deeper into like exactly what we did. Of course, within 5-Figure Niche Site, I already cover a lot of the core stuff, but like when you're at the point where you're selling something that expensive, like we started 10 months ahead of, well, really 10 months, it was a 10-month project, but we started like 6 months ahead of time, like being prepared to sell it, like have all the information lined up and ready to go. So like listing it was easy. I mean, it took days to be listed with Empire Flippers through their process. So anyway, the inside knowledge that I have and like the first-hand account that I could provide is probably a lot more than like most other people can do. So, all right, cool. And Kent, happy 4th to you also. Yeah, great day here, really nice weather. Beth mentions the units sound great. Thank you. Yeah, it took me a long time to brainstorm like what else to add without like overwhelming, but these are for sure like advanced units. Like people shouldn't even look at these until they are making like good money. And I think it'll take the course from like mostly beginner oriented to like beginner to like extremely advanced, like full-time people would be interested in those units. And Dark Warrior says you can't become an Amazon affiliate because you don't have a landline and you're in Serbia and you can't use your personal phone. So that does suck, but in another way, like to have those constraints to force you to be creative. I mean, you have no other options, right? So you'll be like, you can't do Amazon affiliate, so you have to do something else. So, you know, you'll be able to, I guess, learn those other programs that you can do. I'm gonna try and put this tripod down. You could learn those other programs and just be an expert in those, and you don't even have to worry about the Amazon affiliate stuff. So, all right. Jason asks, what do I think about Amazon now allowing us to link the UK and Canada market with a new one-link feature? They have eliminated the need for EasyAzon. I think it's great. I think it's awesome. Yeah, a couple people have asked me about it. I mean, it just came out, and I think it was only a matter of time, right? So the risk, it's super cool that like there's needs out there, and I think it's, what's his name? It's Chris, I forget his name, but he has EasyAzon, a few other like plugins and like a suite of software. But it's really cool that there's like gaps in the market where people could fill it in and build a useful tool and like, you know, help people and make lots of money at the same time. The other example I'll give, maybe this is a whole topic that I could talk about, but the other example I can give is Visual Website Optimizer, which is a A/B testing software, and Optimizely. So those were super expensive A/B testing software platforms, and you know, big corporations are paying probably still like thousands of dollars a month to be able to use those tools and do like effective A/B testing, get good stats. The point is, Google released their Experiments tool, which was always there, but now it's a much more sophisticated visual like editor. So you can load up your page, load it into Google Analytics in the Experiments. I'll do a video on this someday soon. You could load it into the Experiments, and then you could say change the headline and be able to test that stuff super easily, and it's free. So like basically made that whole like that industry of A/B testing software like not as useful. People can get it for free. So the point is that one link stuff now makes like Genius Link like less useful for certain. I mean, it's useful for certain things, but you know, at this point, people can get away. I mean, I don't use Easy A's on myself. It is useful to have nice calls to action and the API linked up, so like pricing will be up to date and stuff. But overall, one link should answer the question to, or should answer like, or take care of the issues that are out there with like basically getting revenue from the UK and the Canada Associates versions. And Guy mentions or asks a question. Oh, he says happy 4th. So thanks. Happy 4th to you as well. Is it too late to start the affiliate business? You're skeptical about it. No. It's never too late, right? So like I'm doing this live stream right now for YouTube, and YouTube seems pretty freaking saturated, but it's never too late. When I started blogging, it was like 2013, and at that point, like there's almost like close to a decade of like bloggers ahead of me. And the key is like, you know, for blogging or doing stuff in YouTube is like to have your like niche and like to have something unique. If you're just copying a bunch of other people, so in the form of like affiliate sites, if you just copy someone's affiliate site or like the ideas behind it, like you're not, like that can get you started. All right, like you can get started by being really derivative and copying other people more or less, but you'll have to start doing like your own unique things. So overall, it's not too late to get started in just about anything, ever. Like almost ever, as long as you have like a reasonable, valuable thing that you're offering. I think there's always a market for it. Good question though. And Dark Warrior as a follow-up says, I was learning stuff more than 6 months about SEO, blogging, affiliate marketing, and now you're starting this month. So that's cool. The most important part is to get started. And Dark also asked, do I know Dan Brock, the Deadbeat? So there's a guy on YouTube called Deadbeat Super Affiliate. And I don't know him personally, but I see his videos all over the place. So he's doing a really good job as a YouTuber and a marketer. He looks like he's really kicking ass, just overall. So he's, I mean, he's been doing it for years, from what I could tell. And there's a couple other guys and gals out there sort of in the same area with tons of Amazon affiliate type information. And they are just, I mean, they're crushing it. And the interesting part, so I'm trying to do this a very white hat way. The interesting part is when I looked at a lot of their videos, I do see they actually have a bunch of, it looks like they're kind of bad backlinks going directly to their videos. And they may only have like 10 or 15 of them. So it did pique my interest and make me think, do I just need to get a cheap Fiverr gig to rank #1 for some of these terms? Like it's a little, it sucks a little bit, to be honest with you. It sucks just a little bit, but the thing is, I know there's like very good marketers out there that have like big channels and they've grown over time. And I think like, I hope, like, I think you always feel maybe like you're at a tipping point, but for example, you know, I've been on several podcasts. A lot of them are sort of smaller, but I've been on a lot of podcasts, and most of the time I have to like email and pitch my idea, pitch myself, get my name out there, explain who I am and what I'm doing and how I could help them. At least I understand how to do that. So, the cool thing is, like, last week, someone emailed me to be on their podcast, like, cold. I didn't know who they were. I think they were actually trying to, like, network with me. They were sharing some of my stuff, and then they pitched me. So, like, I'm on, potentially I'm on the other side of it now. So, which is kind of cool. And I think it may just be a matter of, like, getting in front of the right people a couple times, where I'm on the podcasts or the blogs that the influencers read. So, and it's very interesting. It's always a little bit, like, longer. Everything's a little bit harder, takes a little longer than I think. So, yeah, I'll have to just keep powering through. So thanks, Tiana and Guy, appreciate that. But overall, the original question, Dark Warrior, I don't know Dan. It looks like he's a really awesome YouTuber, and I don't know him personally, though. And then David asked, would I like to be on more podcasts? Yeah, potentially. I would, yeah, basically, I'll do just about any podcast. Overall, I've been on some really small ones, and I think, like, it's good for me to just get out there and do it versus, like, being sort of, I guess, too selective, right? There's one side of me where it's like, oh, is this podcast gonna really get in front of people? Because there's a lot of podcasts that I'm pretty sure no one actually listens to. Like, it's hard to market it's hard to do anything, right? It's hard to blog, it's hard to do, like, YouTube. You have to get out there and market as much as or more than you're, like, producing content. So if people aren't out there, like, actively marketing, but basically I'll be on any podcast because I think the practice is good and just the networking is good. If someone's, like, consistent enough to put out a podcast or any kind of content over time, it is definitely, you know, something, I guess it's a person that's good to have, like, correspondence with. And then Tihana asks, do I prep for a podcast or is it all completely spontaneous? Definitely prep. I treat it like a job interview, basically. The other part, which you probably know, like, when you start doing a lot of interviews or a lot of job interviews even, like, if you have your stories tight, you can even deliver, like, canned stories really well because you've learned over time the delivery and the way to tell the story and the details to cut out. Because most of the time, people's stories are way too long and you just have to get to the punchline. So it's very interesting because when you could tighten up your stories, they get a lot more powerful. So, good questions. Let's see. We got Dark Warrior says, today I found a keyword that has 0 all in title and 100 searches. That's awesome. Let me know how the rankings go. It sounds like you should do pretty well. And Kent asks, is the Google Keyword Planner still wonky and more difficult to use? Yes. How am I dealing with this? I use a tool called Keyword Keg currently, and I'm gonna walk over to the car and get some water. So, yeah, I use a tool called Keyword Keg currently. I don't do a ton of keyword research typically, but overall, it seems to work pretty well. They have a very, like, I guess I'm talking with the founder and developer a reasonable amount. Overall, they have a pretty nice way to, where the hell did I leave my water? Sorry folks. This is live and definitely unedited. Here it is. Got it. All right. So basically, the keyword, like, competitiveness in, it says a very bad connection. I may have pushed my luck here. Let me come back out to the field. Push my luck a little bit. Okay, let's see if we're doing better. I'll stop moving around here. I'm just gonna be quiet for a second so we don't lose anything. Can people still hear me, by the way? If you could hear me at all, just let me know. Doesn't look like it's getting better. You can. Lachey, thanks, buddy. Okay, excellent. And I'll try and stop moving the camera too. Okay, we're good. So basically, I use Keyword Keg, and it works really well. They have a keyword sort of difficulty score that I believe is better than Longtail Pro in the keyword competitiveness. I haven't gotten to test it that much, but I talked to the developers to find out what they used in their algorithm, and they shared it with me. I will make videos about that. I mean, it's not proprietary. They'll share it, but it's pretty like deep, right? It's pretty techy, and it goes really, really high level, but it made me more confident in the analysis that they were using, and it worked. I mean, it seems to work pretty well as far as like the data that they crunch. There's another tool called, I haven't mentioned it before, called FERS, and it is primarily used for, okay, so by the way, check out Keyword Keg. It looks to be the most economic of the tools that are out there. I know there's a lot of others like KW Finder, Keyword Revealer, there's Longtail Pro, which I've kind of fallen out of favor with Longtail Pro. I've heard like sort of bad things about their customer service recently as well. So like people not getting a response, which is not cool. But anyway, so Keyword Keg seems to be economic and like powerful, and it gives you the data you need. Otherwise, you can't really use the keyword planner anymore. It doesn't give you data that's helpful. And all right, cool. It looks like they may be finishing up playing tennis, but I got a minute or two. So I'll mention a couple things coming up this week. And on Thursday, is that right? Today's Tuesday. Okay, so I got a few things coming up. Tomorrow evening, I'm doing a webinar with Dumb Passive Income. So that's Matt Allen, one of my buddies over there. He's actually going to be an affiliate for the course this time around. So I've known Matt actually since I've gotten started online. So I've known him, never met him in person, but he's up in Grand Rapids, Michigan, and he's a truck driver, good dude, family guy. So I'm doing a webinar for his audience, but if people want to attend, I can post a link somewhere. I could put it in the description, but not until like tomorrow. But anyway, it's tomorrow evening at like 7 p.m. So if you're in the European time zones, it probably won't be like super convenient for you to watch. And then I'm actually doing another webinar primarily for Dom and his audience in human proof designs. That'll be on Thursday around this time. It'll be Thursday, 10 a.m. Mountain Time. So if you want to attend that, that'll be awesome. So there won't be a live stream on Thursday, but there will be a webinar. People are waving at me on the tennis courts. I think they think I'm crazy. Let's see. The topic for Wednesday will be the perfect Amazon review. And the topic on Thursday will be content plan for increasing traffic without backlinks. So 2 different topics, 2 different audiences primarily. Everyone's welcome. Lachey asked, do I usually release the price of the course on the day it's released? That's correct. That is correct. And it'll be coming out, and I can tell you that too, since everyone's so kind to join me on these live streams. it'll be next Monday through Friday, so the 10th through the 14th, and that'll be it. I'm shortening the launch to like 5 days just to just to make it shorter, right? I had it open for like 9 days in the previous iterations, but I think 5 days is enough, and if people want it, then, well, then we need 5 days. You don't need 9 days. Any other questions out there? Cool view, huh? Super nice out here. Perfect weather in the shade. It's quite a glare though, huh? All right, cool. Well, if there's no other questions or anything, I'm gonna finish up. I'm gonna try and stretch out my back. I hope that's not gonna be pulled for too long. I mean, I'm not even sure if I could run. I've been running a few miles 3-4 times a week. So it's gonna be a pain. I'll give you an update tomorrow. It means I need to stretch well. So, all right, cool. It looks like everybody's good to go. Have a good 4th of July, and we'll see you tomorrow. Bye.